It's Mitchell from the Fishing Stuff, and today we are doing a review on the Shimano Sienna 2500. We did a review on this one before, but I don't think we really covered the minor details of this sexy reel that we've got here. So today this is going to be a follow-up video, but it's not just going to be a review, it's going to be an in-depth look at this reel. Now let's take an in-depth look at this reel and tell you guys why I got this reel in the first place. So this is the Sienna 2500, like Mitchell told you. I've had it for about 6 months, maybe 5. It's actually a pretty good reel. Lubed it. I mean, I've actually just lubed it like yesterday or something. I just put some new line on it. Oh, I forgot what it's called. I'll probably do a review on the line a bit later. But anyway, let's have a look at this reel. So this reel I got because I was actually going to go overseas and I wanted to take some fishing gear along with me just in case we were going fishing there. So now, the reel that I had before, which has probably caught me more fish than any reel on the planet, this is my old reel. This is the Daiwa. I still use it. I fixed it. I managed to fix it. I found out the bearing under the spool was completely rusted out. It completely seized up. So yeah, it pretty much was just gone. So I ended up getting this sweet, sexy reel. It looks amazing, considering. Yep, that's Michelle in the background. It looks amazing, considering that I only paid like $50 for this, and I'm not saying 50 American dollars. I'm talking about 50 Australian dollars. So yeah, let's open it up, and I'm not gonna like fully open it up. I'm just gonna take the spool off, take the handle off, show you what's in it. Yeah. So inside this reel, you'll find that there's a plastic click gear thing. So inside the spool, you can see where the click gear actually is. It's right there. So that's what actually makes a clicking noise when it clicks against that plastic piece. Now, like in the last video, I said how the plastic piece has actually worn away and the click gear isn't as loud as it was. So that's one disadvantage of having a plastic click gear. I don't know why. It's like the plastic's got like a little hole in it. Not a hole, but it's like just worn away. It's like eroded away, I guess you can call that. And another thing I noticed, like I said last time, is that there wasn't a lot of grease in this reel when I actually bought it. But now, as you can see, I just greased it up recently, so it's completely black, which is actually all grease. With WD-40! No, it's not WD-40. Yeah, because that actually is not very good for the reels. Oh. Okay, so. Learn something new every day. Sorry? Learn something new every day. Yeah. Mitchell's pretty new to this fishing stuff. I've only been doing it for like... Seriously been doing this. I've only seriously been doing this for about 6 months with the fishing stuff. I was an amateur fisher for like 3 months before that when Roddy took me out. And I'd been fishing off and off with my granddad before that, but not that much.
Yeah. So this is the handle of the reel, which is actually a pretty decent handle. It's a pretty solid aluminium handle. For some reason, I actually quite enjoy the fact that this actually bends, because when you're storing it somewhere, you can just loosen it up just so it bends. Like, it's just a lot smaller, compact package. When you look into the hole, I guess you can call it, the handle, the hole where the handle goes into, you can see that it's actually quite it's quite greasy, so you might not be able to see it well, but it's actually not a there's no bearings in it. It's just a it's just like a plastic washer. So it's not the smoothest. You can actually feel the gears like sort of meshing together. It feels reassuring that gears still exist inside the reel, but it feels very weird. Yeah, that's just what I'm gonna say about the handle. The handle's pretty nice. I don't like the bail too much because it's a bit thin, which in one way is really good because, like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like got it's a bit bent, I guess. So it's like I can still sort of bend it back into place, at least mostly bend it back into place, I guess. So yeah, like that's one good thing about the bail being a bit thin. But I just don't like it because, like, every time I place the reel on the ground, it just literally, the bail gets bent, and I don't like that. It's not the funnest thing. This is plastic. It feels really flimsy. Doesn't feel, solid, I guess. But that's the thing, like, you can't really expect much when you're buying a $50 reel. That's the fact. Moving on to the tolerances in the handles, like how much the handle actually moves. Like, the movement between the knob is, I don't know if you can hear that. It's actually a decent amount. And, but once you actually put the actual handle into the reel, I find that it doesn't move too much. It probably moves like a quarter of a millimeter, which is actually not a lot. And you can't feel it like that well, so that's definitely one good thing about the handle of this reel. And the anti-reverse on this reel is absolutely amazing. Like, it is instant anti-reverse, and I mean it. It's like absolutely instant, and like as soon as you move it a nanometer back, it just stops. I mean, it's just so, like, look at that. That's what you find on reels like 10 times this price. That's just amazing. It's one thing I really love about this reel. I absolutely adore it. There's Mitchell again. Yep, it's one good plus about this reel. Yeah. Hey, Mitchell. Hey. So anyway, let's continue. Now, really, another thing that I told you about last time was this actual spool of the reel. And the thing was, like, for some reason, when you tighten the drag up, it's probably because, like, it's more to the bottom. Like, the line actually fills up on the bottom of the spool. I don't know if you can notice on this spool of line, which I've just freshly put in yesterday. But there's definitely more line at the bottom of the spool than the top of the spool. So I guess you can sort of gradually see the difference between, like, the amount of line. Like I said, it's still amazing at casting, especially with this new line, which is like a hybrid monofilament braid fishing line. It's called WFD Bliss. I've only just bought it. I'll probably do a review on it pretty soon. So anyway, that aside, it still casts amazingly well, and like the spool is in pretty good condition. Got a couple of little bits where I scratched it. It's pretty easy to scratch, to be honest, but anyway, it's a really good reel. That's all you need to know. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the review done. So yeah, thanks everyone. It's Ronnie from The Fishing Style, out.